Sound now? Sound now? This is good. I love technology. I love technology. Okay. Sorry, girl. Give me a minute. Hello, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I think that should do it. Hello, hello, yes, okay, we've got sound definitely now. I'm gonna now move over to, that's been fun. Ha! Oh my God, that is hilarious. That is so freaking hilarious. Sound, back on. Okay, so, hello everyone, welcome to the You Movement. I am B. This is a live oracle read that can actually have sound. So I was just saying when there was no sound, how I've been sitting in silence talking to spirit, and what I've been hearing is nothing, just like you guys were hearing now. So there was a prime example of what the void is like. We are in void energy, and your connection to spirit might be a little bit silenced, just like I was. And then my batteries were dead in my microphone, so I quickly changed them. That is absolutely fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, I'm really enjoying that. I'm enjoying that. That gives me the giggles. First up, we have shadow energies coming in, both cards in reverse from Carolyn Mrs. Archetype deck. And, oh, now there's an echo? Oh, that's so funny. Now Spirit is like, ah! Okay, holding on to YouTube and muted. There should definitely not be an echo. Okay, there we go. Now should be good. Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And I was just saying I'm getting used to this technology. So not. Okay, so our first card's up with no shadow echo, hopefully. Both cards came in reverse, so we are getting some shadow energies. Okay, good. Where sound is better now. You have to laugh. You have to laugh at the ridiculousness that is a spiritual awakening and all of the fuckeries that come along with it. Spirit does not want, or somebody does not want my messages to come out today, but I'm going to persevere because that is what I do. I persevere. I keep going and I keep going and I keep going. There have been many things I thought were meant to destroy me on this awakening path, and trust me, man, did I feel tested. And I'm still here. And now there's sound. So whatever they were trying to silence, I won't be silenced. And neither should you be. So our first cards up in the shadow, in the opposite energy, is Father and Thief archetypes coming in. So daddy wounds might be presenting at the present moment in time. Shadow, and I'm going to talk first about the shadow attribute of the Father as opposed to the light attribute, but I will mention that in a minute. So shadow attribute of the Father is dictatorial control, the abuse of authority. So maybe you know somebody that's very much like, I'm going to demand you give me respect. without realizing that's actually the opposite way to earn respect. Because when you demand something, then you're not getting respect. You're getting compliance. So if you want compliance, you become an authoritarian and you start barking orders at people. And so somebody who's got shadow energies that are out of balance with that divine masculine energy may go into a more authoritative type of demanding and controlling of the energies. And one thing we will learn very quickly on this awakening path is that you need to let go of control. You are not the main honcho, the big honcho. The big honcho is spirit, and the sooner we release and accept that we are being guided for our highest and greatest good, and try to release our demands. So within all of us, that father wound can show up because it replicates. You know, we learn it from somebody and then we replicate it out in our life. Doesn't matter if you're male or female because we have masculine and feminine energy. So if you're trying to micromanage everything, the message very much is you need to let go of that shit. The light attribute of father, so when we alchemize it and turn it around, is a talent for creating and supporting life, a positive guiding light within the tribal unit. So the best way to be a guiding light is to be a guiding light. None of this do as I say but don't do as I do. No, we're now do as I do. Because what I say is irrelevant, because my example is in how I show up. My example is in how I treat people. My example is in how I communicate. My example is in my beingness. So switching from doingness and micromanagingness and controlling energies into embodying that father archetype that says, I can lead, I can protect, I can be in my energy without demanding anything from anyone. If you don't show up in the energy that I'm going to like, I'm going to simply shut the door on that. Have a nice day. Thank you. No, call again. The second energy that came up today is thief. And because it showed up in the shadow upside down, I'm going to, and we've got a little bit of a heart thief happening here. I'll show you the picture of the father. Nice little cuddly. Oh, we're looking at the skies. Father sky coming in here. And then we've got the thief. So somebody's stealing some hearts here happening. Got some hearts. A little bit of a playa energy, kind of. Don Juan, or on the feminine side, that can be the femme fatale. Stealing money, creative ideas, affection, and other powers you think you lack. So when you go out in the world and covet things, it's because somewhere inside of you, you think you don't have those things. So I need to steal them from other people. I need to woo women and get the affection from them so that I get a feeling of affection because I want that. I'm not really showing up in affection. I'm manipulating to get what I want. I'm not stealing money is, an obvious form of theft, but stealing things like others' safety, others' security, others' well-being, others, all of these things through lies, manipulation, gaslighting, any of those kind of narcissistic, icky energies, is because that person is devoid of those energies. They simply don't have them, so they have to steal them from other people instead of doing the hard slog work of going into the shadow and cultivating them from within. So the more time we spend in our isolation, in this void, in this balloon that we've been provided for, any energies that we feel that we are missing, we cultivate from within. So interestingly, most recently, I have been understanding a feeling of lack of appreciation. Like certain individuals in my life, I've noticed, they're just not showing up very appreciative. And so I started to sit with that. Instead of going to them and saying, hey, where's my appreciation? I want some of that. I deserve some of that. I sat with it myself and I realized, maybe I should start appreciating myself. And that's the ticket for any energy that you think that you might be missing, whether it be affection, whether it be appreciation, whether it be honesty, whether it be whatever it is that you think you're not getting from somebody else. Give it to yourself first. The light attribute of the thief, because everything has a shadow and a light, is sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So once you cultivate that energy within, that self-appreciation, that self-love, that self-compassion, that self-empathy, whatever the energy is that you're trying to work on in your own personal journey at the present moment in time, once you've cultivated it, you're no longer reliant on it from an outside source. So the twin flame journey is all about learning to come back into a place of self-love, because you cultivate love. You get this heart expansion, and I've really been feeling a great sense of appreciation for the heart expansion that I received, because that love can't be altered. It can't be tainted. It's not reliant on anybody else. It's not reliant on the other person showing up. I just have it. It just flows. And so I am so grateful for this just flowing energy, because I can just spread it around willy-nilly anywhere I want and just be loving, because I've cultivated that and worked really hard at it. So yes, if you feel like there's a thief, a love rat coming in and stealing energies from you, yes, be careful. Yvonne mentions energy vampire. Yeah, we don't want those anymore. Ixnay to the energy vampire A's. No more of those. Now we boundary up and we give ourselves what we need. We don't settle for anything less because we are having relationships in codependent or needy. I'll exchange my need of affection for your need of sex. No, that's not how it's going to work. I'm gonna have to demand that I get everything now. I'll give everything, and you can give me back everything. It's no longer tit for tat. I'll give you one for the other. Because that is what energy vampirism is. You're letting somebody feed off of you so that you can get something out of it too. It's toxic on both sides. Next up, we are hopping into the Chakra Insight Oracle. Yes, Chakra Insight Oracle deck. And we have pleasure. I love this. Yes. Okay, so we've been doing a lot of work, I have for the last year on the root chakra and getting grounded and restabilizing and feeling safe. And there has been a shift as of lately, and I know that the energies have been very focused around the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is all about how we interconnect with people. So the root chakra being our tribe mentality, how we are grounded, our finances, our house, our stability all around us. Then we move into the sacral, and it's all about our interconnectedness, and it's our pleasure center. It's our fun center. Once we start to feel safe, we can start to feel happy again. Once the nervous system calms and relaxes, we can start to do pleasurable things again, because we're not always like, So what are ways that we can get back into a practice of cultivating some pleasure? And listen, it might feel odd if you've been in an awakening for a long period of time and you've been in an energy of dark night of the soul. You're not going to all of a sudden be happy one day. It's not going to work like that. You have to aim at being a little bit less sad, and a little bit less sad, and a little bit less sad, and into neutrality, and then into this. So finding ways that you can bring in even the slightest bit of pleasure. I've been working on my art. I have been enjoying my hot tub. I have been enjoying meditating and talking to God and sitting in my hammock and just being, and a lot of self-touch of just, yes, I'm going to connect with my body and appreciate you've worked really damn hard. Oh, good for you. Good for you. So if nobody else is touching you, touch yourself. Because we want to cultivate some enjoyment, some beauty, some sensuality. So go that extra effort. And we said this in the last Oracle read, and I'm going to repeat it. Go to that extra effort of putting in some beautiful aromatherapies into your bath. I use rose, lavender, or frankincense are my top 3 at the present moment in time, to create some indulgence. A little bit of indulgence. We've been in harsh energies for a long period of time. So now we need to like replenish those coffers that have been empty for a while and bring back a feeling of joy and pleasure. And you can see this woman here who kind of looks like, I don't know, she's from a Western movie or something. And she's kicking off her shoes and she's relaxing and she's poured herself a non-alcoholic beverage. I'm just joking, but it would be better. And she's just lapping in some sun rays, some sun codes, and just, yes, please. And I like this energy, and what keeps coming into my head is chocolate. Okay? Chocolate is very good for you. Not that milk chocolate crap shit that you get at the corner store that costs nothing. I mean quality chocolate. Get yourself some dark chocolate. You can make it yourself. I've got a recipe for a homemade dark chocolate that you can make yourself that's sugar-free. Haha, how about that? And it's very, very easy and simple, and I'm going to give it to you right now because it's 3 ingredients. Are you ready? Dark chocolate powder. Organic, unsweetened dark chocolate powder, which is very good for you, like cocoa powder. Coconut oil. And then to sweeten it, you can put in a little bit of xylitol. Mix it all together on a very low heat. Pour it into an ice cube tray or a chocolate mold. Put it in the fridge. Or just pour it out on a cookie sheet if you don't have a mold. And then you've made yourself, put it in the fridge. Let it get cold again. And then you've got your homemade chocolate bar. So we're going to indulge in some chocolate. Because it's very, like healthy chocolate. It's very high in magnesium, which will help you sleep. There you go. There's my tip for the day with that. Now we're moving into the next chakra deck, which is the my other one, Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Ooh, good, yes. Eat the dark chocolate. We want lots of dark chocolate. Okay, there's one. Let's go with that guy. Despondence. Interesting. We've had this card before recently. Our lovely lady is giving birth to the earth. It's a new earth. And she's just doing her own thing. And then we've got this other woman off to the side looking at her with irritation, annoyance, and perhaps some jealousy. And this woman doesn't give a fuck. She has no fucks left to give. She's just gonna do her, which was the title of the read today, is Do Me. I'm gonna do me. You do you. And if you're gonna throw judgment, yeah, whatever. Block, delete that nonsense. I don't need any of that. I'm going to just do me. I'm going to be weird and wonderful. I'm going to dance. I'm in the process of rebirthing myself to rebirth an entire new era. So I'm good with this. I'm going to dance like there's nobody watching, because that's the way to dance. Dance like there's nobody watching. And the ones that are watching, irritate them. It's a good thing to irritate them. Irritate the fuck out of them, because what you're doing is you're being yourself and you're being authentic and you're showing them that they're allowed to do that. But they're pissed off because they're like, why are you allowed to do that? Nobody told me I was allowed to do that. Everybody told me I had to conform. Maybelline told me I had to wear makeup to feel pretty. Calvin Klein told me I needed to be in skinny jeans size 0 if I was going to be attractive. The government told me I had to do this. The education system told me I had to do that. My family told me I had to do all these things. I had to conform. And you're like, I don't have to conform. I'm going to do me. And so you're going to really trigger their shadows. The more you trigger other people right now, the better. The better, because you're shining a light so that they can see that they don't have to be that way. But first they have to sit in the muck to unfuck, just like you did. Because you're a warrior and you've been doing the awakening work for a long period of time, and you've earned your right to dance with wild abandon. And that's what you're going to do. You can dance in wild abandon. And I love her dress is orange. She's having pleasure. Look, pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. She's connected into spirit, and she's going to do her own thing. I love it. And she's also going to go makeup free. I just watched a lovely interview with Pamela Anderson. And I love that interview because she was talking about, hey, listen, my whole life I had to be an identity. I had to be a sex symbol. I had to be a Playboy bunny. I had to be a rock star's wife. So all these identities I had to be considered a desirable woman. And she's like, I've started a new trend. I don't wear makeup anymore. She's going to award ceremonies in Hollywood. No makeup on her face at all. And I'm like, you totally rock. She is dancing in reckless abandon, not giving a fuck. I'm not going to let somebody else define me on what it is to be a woman or what it is to be me anymore. I'm going to be me. And if you got a problem with that, that's a them problem. It's not a you problem. That's when boundaries come into play, because boundaries also have a large part of what we're supposed to be learning in the sacral. So yes, beautiful energies coming on. Oh, we have Yvonne saying, I'm triggering everyone. I love it. Do it, warrior. Do it. That's the best thing we can do for them. It really is. I spent my whole life triggering people. My whole fucking life triggering people, because I'd say the truth. And I'd always preemptively say before I gave the truth, I'm like, are you sure you want me to tell you the truth? Oh, of course I do. Yes, I want the truth. I do. I want the truth. And then I'd go, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure if I tell you the truth, it's going to cost us our friendship. And, no, I can handle the truth. Really? Okay. Your husband's a schmuck and you need to divorce him. but. And then all of a sudden my friendship dissolves. Yeah. I knew the truth would trigger you. But that's okay. They need to sit with it. It's a them problem. It's not my problem. It's not my job to save anyone. It's my job to trigger people so that they save themselves. We have, from the regular rider deck coming up, the Seven of Pentacles. And I want to read from this one. I'm going to go in. We've got this guy who's kind of like downtrodden a little bit. Look at all this work I have to do to get all these pentacles, to get all this abundance. There's plenty of work that needs to be doing before things manifest. You know, this whole thing with manifesting, I have a little bit of I go against the grain, and I'll probably trigger a few people with manifesting, because the awakening path is all about surrendering. So it's up to God to decide what's in our best interest. It's not up to us. Sure, I would love to spend 6 months in Mexico. I would love to do that. I would love to live in a little micro house. And Spirit is like, no, I'm going to delay everything and delay everything and delay everything, because I need you to be right where you are in Cambridge and not move. And I'm like, I thought you wanted me to move. What do you want me to do? Obviously, I'm going with things as they come in now, because the whole point of being on this journey is to surrender to your highest and greatest good, and you don't know what that is. So yes, we may have dreams of manifesting Mexico, but it'll happen in divine time if it's meant to happen. It's not my call, it's God's call. All I said to God was, can you please make me useful? And trust me, He's making me very useful. So I feel good that I'm being useful, because when I'm useful, I am cultivating abundance. Okay? So Seven of Pentacles says, this is a card of reward. It represents seizing opportunities, putting the required effort, and reaping the rewards. From little acorns, mighty oaks grow. So yeah, just because this guy's tired, like, oh my God, I've been plugging away at this for years. I'm so tired. Is this ever going to manifest? Of course it's going to manifest, but if you pick the bloody fruit before it's ripe, it's not edible unless you like fried green tomatoes. You gotta wait until things reach their level of maturity, right? And that's not necessarily in our time, but it is in divine time. So you will be richly rewarded. It just may not be the reward that you thought that you were going to be richly rewarded with. Can it be a trip to Mexico at least? Maybe, but it's not time yet. It's not time. I have to wait for everything to ripen we're still, from that little acorn, mighty oaks grow. Yes, surrender. We have no control. Zero control. I've learned this lesson. I give up. I do. White flag. Let's hop into our flower oracle and see what our flower kingdom has to say to us today. I'm going to take all of those. Why not? We got 3. First up, we have pitcher plant, insight. The answers are there for those who look. So sit down and sit in meditation and turn that third eye inwards. That's where you're going to find the answers inside of you. The day of the external guru is gone. The day of like, I need to sit with me and my body is going to communicate to me. My inner child is going to communicate to me. My wounds and triggers, my own wounds and triggers are going to communicate to me. You know, you're going to, and you'll get a lot of insights the more inner work you do. Next up, we have orange blossom, enthusiasm. The best can be here. Believe it. So pitcher plant looks like this guy. Orange blossom looks like this guy. The best is coming. Believe it. Okay? The best is coming. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Even though you may not see it, believe it. The best is coming. I don't know what the best is, but I know the best is coming. I don't know who that is. I don't know when they're going to show up. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know if it involves travel. I hope that it does. I do hope that it involves some nice sensuality and some fun and some giggles and some swimming. You know, those kinds of things. Hopefully, that's what's in my best. Maybe my best is something I can't even dream of. Maybe, because it blows my mind. Maybe. And then we have also zinnia. Abstinence. No, I'm reading that wrong. I'm like, what? Absence. Well, there is some abstinence with absence, but yes, a little bit of an absence of something is happening. This one is what is not here is the key. So we've got the best can be here, but it's not here yet. So you may be feeling some abstinence in your absence, but that's okay, because in that absence and your abstinence, sit with yourself and get the insights that you require so that you can be in your best energy when the best comes and arrives for you. You know, you want your house looking good, you want your body looking, feeling good. You know, if you're about to have a date, you don't want them showing up in bad energy. You want you to be like all clean and shiny and smelling fresh with the, you know, you don't want your house to look like a dump. So yes, there's some work to do to get us ready for whatever is coming. And that's what I've been doing for the last 3 days, is working on my house. Because with my son moved out, there's a million things to paint and fix up. So house fixing is what I'm doing in the present moment, preparing for what is next. I don't know what that is. That's okay. All we can know is the present moment. Next up, I'm going to hop into... Hi, Cindy! I'm going to hop into the Twin Flame Oracle deck. Take me home. This guy doesn't like to shuffle very well. His cards are rigid. Rigid. Don't be in rigid energy. Be in flexible energy. You got to roll with the punches as the punches come. If we're having struggles with rigidity, we need to do more yin yoga. That's what my body wants to do, some yin yoga. 4-4 is the card, and I haven't said, we've had a card number 10. That's all we've had in regards to 10, 7, and now 4-4. The generator. Yes, staying grounded. So making sure that we're taking time each day to get outside and sit in nature or go for a walk or something that's going to help ground us. Maybe meditate with some crystals. We're getting into ickier weather right now. So something that's going to help generate, because otherwise the energy is going to be too free flowing. You need to help bring it down, bring it flow. So we've had a generator in the last read there. So we have some beautiful, powerful energy coming through. You can see all of the chakras that run through that, those little bright lights. So, yeah, if we want to create the best that is coming, we need to be able to ground that energy as these final fluctuations coming through. And listen, it's been a little bit like we're in labor pains this month. Because we're going from, I don't know if you've had children. If you've had children, you know that just before birth, you start having like those Hixamer, I think that's what they're called, the fake labor where you're like, oh, and then you're fine again. And then you're fine again. And then finally it actually becomes real labor. And even in real labor for the first little bit of it, now I was in labor for 34 fucking hours. And the first day of it was like every 5 minutes. And so it would be exactly like the awakening, where you're going through darkness of the soul of, more ego death, this is painful. And then nothing, void. What's happening? Where's this going? Is this kid coming out? What's happening? So that's where we're at right now energetically, except we're giving birth to ourselves. So we are dying before dying, and we are being born before being reborn, or born after we were born, one way or another I would look at it. And so as we're in these crazy energies, ground some more. I've done a whole playlist on grounding. Excuse me while I take some tea. Braxton Hicks, thank you. I knew it was something weird. No, the Hixamer response, I know what that is. That's like the healing response. But Braxton Hicks, you're right. See? I just did the one. And then God gave me extra kids. So I blessed that way that I didn't need to go through that again. No. On my son's birthday, I used to celebrate for me. Because I'm like, I did all the fucking work. I don't know why we're celebrating you. You did nothing. Of course I celebrated him too. After he went to bed, I went out and celebrated the fact that I did all the work. Because I figure I earned it. Okay, bitch slaps to the universe. Let's get one of those coming out. The universe has been waiting for millions of years through trials and errors, famine and war, just for you to exist. You are a badass warrior, and it's time. Show up and make fucking magic happen. I dig it. Where do you need to show up for yourself in this life right now, right here, right now, in the next little while? How are you not showing up for yourself? Because we are the ones that save ourselves on this journey. So I've been asking myself all along, how can I show up for myself? Because every time I'm like, why won't they show up? I'm like, oh, okay, what do I need to do to show up? What do I need to do for me? And yes, as of recently, sacral chakras is what's been happening of what we need to do. The final healing of sacral. Boundaries, more boundaries. Creating healthy boundaries. And creating boundaries so within our boundaries we can enjoy some pleasure again. We can feel safe enough to feel pleasure. Safe enough to be happy. Because you can't be happy if you're not safe. They're building blocks. The root chakra builds, the sacral chakra builds upon the root. So if your root is in still a toxic environment, then you're not going to be able to have that pleasure. You want pleasure, you need to get yourself into a safe place. Get up, show up. Oh, look, we've got the same message twice. I love it when this happens. Get up, and show the world you're a fucking legend. So this one from my little bag of sweary affirmations. We have get up, and show the world you're a fucking legend. Not a fucking, extra. You're not the guy in the back of the movie. You're not redundant. So you need to be the star. Are you the star of your movie? Are you the hero? Which character do you play in your life? Are you somebody's backseat and somebody else is taking the limelight and being in the show? No. Now it's your turn. Your name should be first in line on the credits, and you should be taking account for this is my life. This is me. I'm going to do it how I want to do it. And if you don't like it and I trigger you, we go back to those other energies before. We were talking about triggering people. If you trigger people, good. They should be triggered. It's in their best interest to be triggered. You're doing a kindness when you are triggering somebody. It doesn't feel like that when they're being all hateful and nasty and narky and staring at you in this. That's what I have to say for that. That's what I have to say for that. I don't care. No more fucks to give, people. No more fucks to give. You care about you. Because if you're not going to do it, no one else will. Anybody want a card pulled? While I'm organizing that, I'm going to move over here into my reflections deck. Let's get a reflection thrown at us as well. And if you would like a personal card, do put your name down and I will pull a card from you. If you have a preference to which deck, do that as well. If you would like to book a private oracle read with me, the way to do that is in the description, or shoot me off an email, or get in touch with me on Messenger, Be Freedom. Thank you again for all of the donations that I have been receiving lately. I really greatly appreciate them. Like, seriously, you keeping me afloat here. And if you're wanting to donate, the ways to do that is in the description below as well. You could buy an oracle card deck for me if you want fresh decks. I really appreciate all of the support that I get from everybody out there. Appreciation is a big energy that's currently in the vibe for the tribe right now. So thank you. And here we go. Are you ready? People who love themselves don't hurt other people. That goes against some of our indoctrination that, hurt people. But people who love themselves don't hurt other people. The more we hate ourselves, the more we want others to suffer. So that is some of that toxic bullshit that we need to boundary up and get ourselves safe from if we ever want to have indulgence, beauty, and pleasure in our lives. Two energies can't exist. You can't be in a hateful environment where somebody is undermining you or sucking from you or non-reciprocal energy. It's time to cut cords. It's time to trigger people. It's time to go your own way. Who's that song by? Yvonne, you'll know this one. 1970s. You can go your own way. That is not in tune, but you know. Who is that? I can't remember. That quote is from Dan Pierce. Slipping my mind. Reflect on a time that you hurt someone else. What inside of you was out of balance during this time? Have you been able to rebalance those parts? Interesting. So yes, understanding that sometimes we too in our shadows hurt people, and taking the time to do that insight, to sitting with self and to work on some self-forgiveness is an important part of the process. I know for me that my son felt very hurt because when I was in an abusive relationship, I was not paying as much attention to him as I should have. I should have gotten out of the relationship is what I should have done. And I thought I was protecting him as best I could within the confines of the relationship. I thought, I'm intervening. I'm stopping the yelling. I'm stopping this. I'm stopping that. But what I was really doing, what I really should have done, was get out. Get the fuck out. And that's the message right now to anybody who's in a toxic situation: is get the fuck out. You cannot manage somebody else. You cannot heal somebody else. You cannot save somebody else. And in doing, you hurt other people. You hurt yourself, and you hurt those that matter the most to you. So when you are safe, you create a safe and happy home for others as well. So yes, today we're getting smacked in the head with get the fuck out, and do you. So that you can forgive yourself for your part of it that you played. Because the fact of the matter is, you wouldn't have been drawn into a toxic... Not one person is all bad and the other person is good. Listen, my ex was an asshole, hands down. But I was attracted to said asshole because I was codependent and I had trauma and I was trauma bonded and I had issues. If I didn't have those issues, if I didn't have something wrong with me, I wouldn't have put up with that. I wouldn't have tolerated that. I wouldn't have been, caught into that energy. Like energy attracts like energy. I was in a toxic energy, and so I drew in a toxic energy so that I could learn how to balance my own energy, learn how to boundary up, learn how to say fuck no, learn how to escape, learn how to say this is my value, this is my worth, this is my pleasure, and you don't get to have access to those things anymore because you betrayed certain trusts and things like that. So we learn these lessons as empaths, as a part of initiation on this crazy world thing called life, and it sucks. It's not fun, but this hurting each other has to go back into self to heal. So when I heal myself and do the inner work and the shadow work and the inner child work and the reparenting work and the soothing myself through the wounds, I'm no longer going to attract these types of energies and relationships because it's just a hard no. It's just a fuck no. And so once you've learned the lesson, you don't need to keep learning it over and over again. But I was a slow learner. Oh, the song's on the tip of your tongue. Yes, I know. I know. That's the song though. It'll come to me later, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's who it is. Yvonne wants a card, and I'm going to pull from this one here. It's funny, I can see the album cover. Oh, now I need to know. This is driving me nuts. Oh, except my phone's dead. You can go your own way, go your own way. Wow, I'm really out of tune today. Fleetwood Mac, thank you, Fleetwood Mac. Okay, so today we're listening to Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way. Okay, that's the mission today, is to go your own way. So this is a card for Yvonne. And this one is from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. excellent. We've got 2 coming out. We had this last weekend. We have taking risks. So we need to get deep into our warrior and deep into our courage and deep into our action-oriented, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. You know, like jumping out of think about yourself, psyching yourself up before you would jump out of an airplane. Now, I've never done that, but I imagine it's similar to the energy of what I felt when I was zip lining, when I was exceptionally obese. I was terrified. Not because I was ziplining, but because I was exceptionally obese. I'm like, I'm the size of a small mammoth here. Are you sure these lines are strong enough? Oh, that took courage to get me strapped up and going down a zip line. I would do it now and it would be like, whee! But when you first do something and you're like not prepared for it and you're out of shape for it and you don't know how to do it, the only way to do it is to just do it and just be like, ah. Thank God there was not like a camera on my face. That would have been a very unattractive film. It would have looked like this. Ah, you know, where like now it would be like, whee! So sometimes taking risks isn't pretty. You might sweat profusely. It may not be enjoyable. It might just be like you're trying to appease your son and keep him happy because it's, you know, something he wants to do. And you're not going to send him off into the forest with strange men. So yes, taking risks, you need to dig deep. Dig deep and just take the plunge. Go for it. So we have this eagle flying over this barren land. Take the risk. Take soar, because eventually you're gonna get there. Whee! Eventually you'll get to the end of it, and the end of it will feel better than the actual doing of it. The doing of it will not feel good at all. I did not enjoy that. Next up, the reason why you're taking the risk, hun, is because you're moving in somewhere that is going to be a lot more secure. So we have security here, and we've got a nice protection, a boundary of warmth and energy, you know, being in a cave, being protected from the elements, from the nasty things that are outside that can get you. So we're going from outside to inside somewhere safe, even though there's a little bit of a skylight happening here, which is kind of pretty. So yes, when you take the risk, sometimes the risky part doesn't feel very secure. As I said, when you're on the zip line, it does not feel secure, especially when you're like as fat as I was. No, but when you get to the other end and you drop down into where you're going, it's going to be like, oh, I'm safe here. Oh, I can relax here. Oh, my feet are on the ground again. Oh, I can breathe. And when you're in that secure place, your body, your nervous system, everything is going to like heal and get back online for you, you know. The energies that were before, and you can see here in behind almost prehistoric artwork happening here. We're leaving an age and moving into a whole new era where security is going to be paramount. Safety and security are, you know, that the grounding, the root chakra grounding stuff is vitally, vitally important. So anyone else for a card before I go today? I'm going to pull one from the life deck here. I don't know why I'm being called. We're going to pull one more final card, just a life purpose deck, before I do a runaway. Now, I apologize. My last 2 U-talks have been canceled due to sickness, and I think something like that for the other person as well. Not good timing. But those are going to resume again on Friday. This Friday, I do have somebody lined up, and hopefully they don't cancel. If you are interested in joining me on a U-Talk and talking about your awakening or some of the challenges that you're experiencing or anything like that, please feel free to reach out and like book something for me. As well, if you're looking to book a one-on-one Zoom with me, the way to do that is in the Oracle. It's in the Oracle. Maybe you need to book a one-on-one Oracle with me. That's just a half an hour, and it's all by donation. And let's see what the cards have to say specifically to you. Maybe they have to say that you are an earth angel and you have a mission here to be a healer. If that is the case, that you have healing, and healing doesn't necessarily mean like here you're a doctor. It can mean that maybe you're a Reiki practitioner. Maybe it's just you're a light worker, and wherever you go, you provide a little bit of healing. Even if you're triggering people, you're healing people. It's not nice healing, but healing isn't always like nice Reiki, Zen, which I do. But sometimes healing is saying the hard truths. You know, like I said, you sure you want me to tell you the truth? Yes. Get the fuck out. There's the truth. I didn't say it as bad as that. Okay, I'm exaggerating ever so slightly. But I did say pretty much you need to leave. So healer energy is the first rule of being a healer is heal thyself. You need to heal thyself. So if you are experiencing a specifically difficult awakening, that is because through your experiences, you will be able to help others through their awakenings as well. So that is called a shamanistic initiation. If you're going through a particularly rough time, and that includes myself and many other people that I know that are on this journey that have gone through very difficult things that are being called into mission, and their mission looks like healing work or teaching work or guidance or working with kids or something that utilizes their spiritual gifts, their empathy, and all of these things. So there we go. So we have some healers in the house. You have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. So if mission is involved in this, understand that could be why your awakening is so incredibly painful, because what you are experiencing is what you are going to utilize as your gift to help others that heal the same thing. So for example, I had a friend who has struggled through her awakening with being able to get enough food in the house. And she said to me recently, listen, I am so called now that once I get out of the end of this, I really want to work, in some capacity with like some sort of like food kitchen for the homeless or something. I really want to support people in getting food. And I'm like, that's beautiful. In my own journey, as you know, I escaped from narcissistic abuse, and I've escaped from all kinds of addictive types of coping strategies because of said abuse. And so I show up on my channel to assist other people recover from trauma. So the negative, horrible experiences that you have a purpose. They have a meaning. They have value. They're shitty when you're going through them. But understand that is your university training to prepare you for the role of healer that you're being called into, the Earth Angel. So I'm going to send, okay, we've got a couple. Can you pull? Yes. Oh, sorry, darling Cindy. I can pull a card for you. And I'm going to pull one from Angels of Atlantis for you, Cindy. I don't know why, but there we go. We're going to go into here. And we'll see what, you've changed your name. No. Wait, I'm confused. Outdoors with Woods Woman. I thought you were Cindy. Okay, Outdoors with Woods Women is getting this card here. They are in Florida. Outdoor with Woods Women. They are currently in Florida, so I don't know. But yes, if you have lots of canned foods you can donate, that's always a good thing. I'm seeing more people, really think long and hard. It is Cindy. Cindy, are you on this twice? Do I have 2 Cindys? There's multiple Cindys in the house and 2 cards coming out for my 2 Cindys? Or did you switch accounts? We have Metatron coming in with divine intelligence, as well as Raphael coming in with communion. Metatron is, here we go. Metatron is bringing in a lot of extra information for you right now so that you can have the knowledge and the know-how that you need to be able to like move forward as necessary. And this can come in, Metatron is a high angel, okay? So we've got crystalline energy here. So this is telling me crown chakra. So headaches, sinus issues, dizziness, all of these types of things might be clearing out crown chakra stuff happening. And that is because when we start to decalcify the pineal gland, which I believe I told you about, get off the fluoride, when we start to decalcify and open up our gifts, Metatron is going to help guide that to come in. And then Raphael is the angel of healers. He is the archangel that watches over other healers. We've got healer and other things coming in. So you have divine mission. And so you're in the process of healing self, so that you can get the knowledge that is required so that you can show up in the world and provide other people with the information that they need. And I love this card because it's like Mecca. So a lot of people, and Metatron is this beautiful book here that's bringing in a lot of intelligence. So when we receive a lot of energy, and I love because it's like this golden sun energy, get out in the sun. Okay, no hat, no sunscreen for a period of time, and just get out in the sun and let the sun sit in the sun. Just all you have to do. Do some fishing while you're out there, because I know you like fishing, and let the energies just come in and flow through the crown chakra. And it may not be comfortable, and it's not going to be pleasant when it happens, because when things are being cleared, and then you'll get the ahas, and you'll be like, oh, I get it. Oh, now I understand why that had to happen to me. Because now I can help other people. Now I can show up in an energy of this huge compassion energy, passion coming out of this like emerald green energies. The thing about Mecca that I like, and I think this is Mecca, it's like they go in circles. And so that is kind of like, you may feel like you're going in circles, repeating the same thing over and over again. And it's not that you're repeating the same thing over again, it's that each time you're going into a deeper level of awareness, a deeper level of understanding who you are and how your experiences have trained you to step into a place of being a communicator that brings about a lot of change. Those are big, powerful cards. Those are heavy hitting cards. You got a mission there, lady. A big one. So, that said, I'm going to send everybody my absolute love. And I look forward to hearing how you're all doing throughout this next week and month as we move. Next day I'm counting down is to November the 18th. So keep in mind, it still can be fluctuating a little bit, moving between those two energies of some more ego death, some more releasing of old stuff, and then into the kind of void of what's happening and going on. We're clearing out toxic masculine energies, those father wounds of being a micromanager and a controller. We're no longer tolerating theft in our relationships. Relationships have to be all or nothing kind of thing. It's no longer, I'm going to tolerate 50% and I'll give you 50% back. You know, I'll get a tit for tat. No more tit for tat. No more my needs are going to dictate anything here. We want more pleasure in our life. It's time we have some pleasure, okay? Even if we start cultivating it from within through whatever makes you happy. Do some things, even if you don't feel fully happy while you're doing it, just still do it anyways. And don't give a fuck about the naysayers, the jealous eyes, the triggered people around you. Boundary up and say, adios. I'm too busy over here cultivating my wealth and my success and my absolute amazing life that's my best coming in for me, because God has big plans for me. And I'm excited to see what those are, because I don't even have a clue what those are. But I'll get the insight in due time, which is God's time, not my time. And because I'm generating a lot of energy here to make a lot of change. Because I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up in my own life. I'm going to show up, and I'm going to claim what is my rightful position, which is to be the star of my show. This is the me show this time. I've done the backseat role, I've done the extra, I've done the supporting character, and now I'm the starlet, or the star, okay, of the show. And you're going to show up for yourself as the star of the show, and you're going to understand that we no longer sit around and accept hurt people. No, we're going to go heal ourselves and let those people figure their own lives out. We're going to take a couple risks, because the risks that we take are going to push us into a greater sense of security, because we've got a mission to step into, and that mission is to heal. And we have to trust and believe that the divine is going to provide us with the information that we need when we need it, so that we can show up in the world. That includes all the icky stuff. That's what the point of this whole thing was. Why has my life been shitty? Oh, because now I can help people that have shitty lives. Because there's a lot of them out there. There's thousands. There's millions. There's billions of people that have shitty life experiences. So if you can overcome and supersede yours and transmute and alchemize all of those things, then you become a beacon of light, a beacon of hope, and a beacon of information for other people to transmute that to. That all said, mwah, love you all, and peace out.